Some people say sorry so often it stops meaning anything, not because they did something wrong, but because staying quiet feels dangerous. Psychology says this isn't politeness, it's anxiety wearing a socially acceptable mask. Let's break down the real psychology behind over apologizing and people pleasing. One, their nervous system treats disapproval as a threat. Psychologists say chronic people pleasers often have a heightened stress response to perceived conflict. Even a slightly flat tone or a delayed reply can trigger the same alarm system as real danger. Apologizing becomes a fast way to shut that alarm off. Two, they scan rooms before they even enter them. Research on social anxiety shows that people pleasers often engage in constant environmental monitoring, reading faces, tones, and body language for the smallest signs of tension. This hypervigilance is exhausting, but it feels safer than being caught off guard. Three, saying no triggers anticipatory anxiety. This comes from a pattern called anticipatory guilt response. Before they even decline something, their mind jumps ahead to imagine disappointment, conflict, or rejection. Saying yes, even reluctantly, feels like the only way to avoid that imagined outcome. Four, their identity became fused with being agreeable. Psychology links this to self concept enmeshment. Somewhere along the way, being easy, accommodating, and low maintenance became core to how they see themselves. Disagreeing doesn't just risk the relationship, it risks their sense of who they are. Five, apologizing becomes a nervous system reset button. Some people apologize compulsively because it produces immediate relief. Psychologists call this anxiety discharge behavior. The apology itself isn't really about the other person. It's a quick release valve for internal tension that needed somewhere to go. Six, they've never learned that discomfort is survivable. This comes from limited exposure to healthy conflict. If someone never saw disagreements resolved calmly, their brain assumes all tension leads to disaster, so they avoid it entirely, even at the cost of their own voice. If you've ever apologized for taking up space, having a preference, or simply existing near a problem that wasn't yours, psychology doesn't say you're weak or overly sensitive. It says your nervous system learned very early that safety depended on shrinking first. Healing isn't about becoming less kind. It's about learning that discomfort doesn't have to end in disaster and that you're allowed to take up space without earning it first. Scribe and keep decoding the human mind.